When you think about the hardest work you do, what pops into your head? Is it the long hours? The physical strain? Well, what if I told you the most draining, the most difficult work of all is something we go out of our way to avoid every single day?
Yep, that's it. The real heavy lifting isn't done with your back. It's done between your ears. I'm talking about genuine, deep, and, let's be honest, uncomfortable thinking. And because it's so hard, we've become absolute masters at dodging it. And this is not a new thing. Not at all. Over 100 years ago, the great inventor Thomas Edison just nailed it. He basically said that people will do almost anything to get out of the real hard work of thinking. Now, even though this is a timeless problem, it has become more critical right now than ever before. Think about it. We live in a world of instant answers, of automation, of ready-made solutions for everything. In this kind of environment, just stopping to actually think is almost a rebellious act.
So why do we run from it? Well, because real thinking is tough. It's mentally exhausting. It doesn't give you that quick fix, that immediate I did something feeling. It forces us to face the possibility that maybe, just maybe, we were wrong. And it puts us face to face with big decisions without any instruction manual. It's just so much easier to clear out that email inbox, isn't it? Or fill the day with pointless meetings that make us feel busy but keep us from doing the real work.
So, how can you tell if you're stuck in this trap? Let's do a little gut check. A chance to just hold up a mirror for a second and see if any of these sound, well, a little too familiar. First one, you jump straight to solving problems. You're so focused on the how that you never pause to ask why. It's like putting a Band-Aid on something without ever figuring out what caused the wound to begin with. Or what about this? You make decisions on autopilot. The data says this, so you do that. You just accept the premise because, digging any deeper feels like way too much work.
And then there's the classic. The 6 most dangerous words in any organization. This is how we've always done it. If you hear yourself saying that, that's a huge red flag that your habits are doing the driving, not your brain. You'd rather do something, anything, than sit with an uncomfortable thought. You know that antsy, restless feeling you get when you're just sitting still with a problem? That's the feeling of actual thinking. And we'll do almost anything to make that feeling go away.
And finally, the biggest lie we tell ourselves, that being busy is the same as being productive. A full calendar looks impressive, right? It feels like progress. But is it? Or is it just a lot of motion without any real direction? Activity is not achievement. So what happens if we just live in this reactive mode? What's the real cost? Well, the price is incredibly high. We risk becoming what you might call human robots, just executing tasks, checking boxes, with no real insight or creativity. See, this avoidance puts a fork in the road for your career. On one path, you have the reactor. They become predictable, reactive, and ultimately replaceable. Their influence shrinks. On the other path is the thinker. They're proactive, innovative, they create real value. They become influential because they're doing the hard mental work that everyone else is avoiding. And let's be crystal clear, the single biggest cost here is becoming replaceable. Look at this, a huge chunk of the risk is that if your job is just to execute, you can be swapped out. You're also left being constantly reactive, predictable, and that unique spark of creativity you have, it just gets snuffed out.
Okay, enough with the doom and gloom. The best part about all this is that thinking is a muscle. You can strengthen it. This is not about being born a genius. It's about building a practice, intentionally. So let's walk through 5 real, concrete steps you can take to get started.
The key here is just being deliberate. So here's a 5-step plan. Number 1, block out time on your calendar just to think. Treat it like your most important meeting. 2, get comfortable asking uncomfortable questions, like, wait, why are we even doing this in the first place? 3, find your people. The nonconformists. Surround yourself with folks to challenge you, because comfort zones are where innovation goes to die. 4, read more, automate less. Step away from the tools and the dashboards. Gain some actual wisdom. And number 5, and this might be the most important of all, learn to disconnect. Your brain needs that empty space to connect all the dots.
All right, let's bring this all home. As we wrap up, it's so important to remember what we're really fighting for when we choose to do this hard work.
This is really the heart of it all. True thinking is uncomfortable. Questioning things is awkward. Reflection can feel unproductive.
But in a world that's getting more and more automated, this messy, difficult, deeply human process, that's our superpower. It's the one thing that separates our unique ingenuity from simple machine execution.
So I'm going to leave you with this one last question to chew on. Take a hard look at your average workday, at your projects, at your career, and ask yourself, honestly, am I spending my time truly thinking, or am I just reacting? The time you take to answer that question, well, that might be the most productive work you do all week.